Hello violinists! So today I wanted to share with you left-hand tone production. When we're playing the violin, no matter what room we're playing in, we always want to be able to create our own resonance. And by creating our own resonance, I mean that the sound that we create has a beautiful ring to it. And the sound travels further with a beautiful sound wave. In order to do that, so many factors have to come into play, and it's very difficult to cover in one video. So I'll cover different aspects of it throughout my future videos. Today's topic is on left-hand tone production technique. So I'll share with you some of the most common things that I see, key points that you should watch out for. One has to do with the amount of weight that you place upon the violin. We need to learn exactly how much weight is needed to stop the string cleanly, but without excess weight on top of that. We don't want to work harder than we have to. So in order to learn exactly how much weight is needed, I recommend practicing in a harmonic, slowly increasing the weight until you hear a clean sound and stopping the moment you do so. So what I've done is put down my fingers just until I get a clean sound and I stop. I recommend that you practice scales this way until you can learn exactly how much weight you need. If you hear squeaks in the background, that's my little puppy. Learning how much weight is needed and not enforcing extra weight is number one. Number two, going along with that topic, a lot of students think that you're actually using the finger muscles to put down on the violin, but that is not true. What is actually happening is that we're dropping our fingers from the bass knuckle here onto the violin, like this. And it's almost a reaction of jumping off the violin that's more important than placing it down. Always think off, bouncing off. I like to say, think of the violin like a hot coal. And when you place your fingers down, the reaction of when you touch something hot, the takeoff is what gives you that clean, snappy, very articulate left hand. So it's all coming from that bass knuckle. Point number three, we have to take a look at our thumb. The location of the thumb cannot be too high nor too low, nor can the thumb be so tight and squeezing into the violin like this. I see all three of the common mistakes on a daily basis. The thumb is simply there. We want to make this part that my teacher Mimi Zweig used to call the magic X. The magic X rests on the side of the violin, and the thumb is just there across from it. We're not squeezing the thumb in, and the thumb is not all the way here where there's no room in the bass joint, bass knuckle here, and the neck. Nor is it all the way under like this, holding the violin up. It's simply somewhere in the middle, like this. How we support the violin, not overdoing in any one location of the body, is covered in my posture video. If you want to refer to that, I go more in depth in that video. So the thumb we covered should not be too high, too low, somewhere in between across from the magic X. No squeezing either. The next point, it has to do with this area that I like to call the drumstick area. And if you see, this whole area resembles a drumstick. And the analogy is actually quite great because we want this area like a raw chicken. We don't want it to be fully cooked. We want it to not be taut. We want it to be very relaxed. One ring to rule them all, they say. This one area being tight affects our tone, it affects our shifting, it affects our vibrato, it affects our extension, the ability for our palm to expand and for our fingers to extend. It's one problem to rule them all, one solution to rule them all, I say. So really, we want this drumstick area to be nice and relaxed. The next and final point is that we want this area to have this nice U shape. We don't want it to be clamping down. That goes along with the thumb also. We want to keep a very open shape with our left hand. Just like we want to keep a nice round pinky and round thumb, this arc shape with a bow, we want the same with the left hand. In many ways, even though we're doing such different things with the left hand and the right hand, the same principles hold for both the left and the right. So really keep in mind that we want to keep a nice and open round shape with the left hand. So today we covered some left hand tips that can help with tone production. In the future videos, we'll cover other tips, vibrato, shifting, many other things. So if you liked today's video, please consider subscribing and giving it a thumbs up. And I'll see you in the next video. Happy practicing!